Hi guys, I am the pedantic skeptic, and I am here to criticize people's arguments and grammar so that you have the best way of assessing information and making informed choices. Today, I'm going to be looking at Worldview Bible School's I Believe in One Less God Than You video, where they try to make a case that atheism is more than just simply going one God more with disbelief. So let's take a look here.
Do a quick search of YouTube for best atheistic arguments, and you'll get several videos that include popular atheists saying this in a nutshell.
Wait a minute. Closer to truth. Closer to truth. Closer to truth. What's this Closer to Truth channel all about?
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach reading.
Hi, I'm Cade Courtley, former Navy SEAL.
Let's see.
Cosmos.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's a biased video or channel.
Cosmos. Consciousness, meaning. Closer to Truth explores these mysteries.
There is a tremendous mystery in the universe, the part beyond.
Is saying this in a nutshell. Well, I just believe in one less God than you do.
One fewer.
What do they mean by that? Well, they rattle off a list of gods such as Zeus, Poseidon, Vishnu, Buddha, Horus, Apollo, and then they say something to the effect of, tell me why you don't believe in those gods, and I will use your very same reasons to tell you why I don't believe in your God.
So far, so good. I should say that people shouldn't necessarily say I believe in one fewer God, because there are some religious systems where there are multiple gods. So if you're talking to a pagan or somebody who's polytheistic, you actually believe in multiple fewer gods than them.
The problem with this is it's not an argument at all. It's a neat little play on words, but when you look at it closely, it's not.
A reason or set of reasons given with the aim of persuading others that an action or idea is right or wrong. Okay, yeah, so it's not really an argument, it's more of a statement. I definitely say that it's a true statement. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily inaccurate.
Logical reasoning, or it's not an argument for anything. The idea is just that because there are many wrong answers, then all the answers have to be wrong. In fact,
well, I get where he's coming from here. The thing is, answers are not right or wrong based on whether other answers that have been posed are right or wrong. Answers are right or wrong on their own merit.
The statement implies that this one less answer is just the next step in the sequence.
What sequence?
But hold on. If there is actually just one correct answer, then
nobody's saying there's one correct answer.
Of course all the other answers would be incorrect. For instance, if a person were to say, you don't believe that 2 plus 2 equals 5, or 6, or 7, or 9, therefore 2 plus 2 doesn't have an answer.
Okay, this is a logical fallacy here because you're basically committing the fallacy of false equivalency. You're conflating something mathematical that has tangible evidence for it to something supernatural.
See, I just believe in one less answer than you do.
Oh, by the way, saying that 2 plus 2 does not equal 7, 8, or 9 is not the same thing as saying 2 plus 2 is undefined or unanswerable. I don't think anybody who asserts that the answer 2 plus 2 is not 8, 9, or 10 is also asserting that there is no answer to the question 2 plus 2.
I think you see the problem. If there is a singular answer, 4, then the one less statement leaves out the most important answer. Now let's look
An answer isn't necessarily more important just because it's the correct answer.
at it from another angle. When Thomas Edison was inventing the light bulb, the story is told that he said that after trying 10,000 different filaments, he hadn't failed, he just found 10,000 things that didn't work in a light bulb. Now,
This is correct.
suppose a person were to say, tell me why those 10,000 filaments didn't work, and I'll use the same reasoning to tell you why the one thing you say works won't. I just believe in one less filament than you.
One fewer. Again, this is a fallacy because the behavior and the action of filaments in a light bulb are tangible. We're able to observe these things.
Well, again, I think you can see the problem. The characteristics of the filaments that don't work are obviously very different from the ones that do.
Yes.
Yes, it may be true that atheists believe in one less God than the God of the Bible. But the fact is, no other God is the all-powerful, all-knowing, all-good creator of life who came down to earth in human form and sacrificed himself for his human creatures simply because he chose to of his own free will. Free will. Yes, atheists believe in one less God,
Fewer.
but it is that God and only that God who truly fits all the criteria to be the singularly correct answer.
Albert. So the difficulty here is that when people say they believe in one fewer God, or they go one God further with not believing, they are not using that as an appeal to any type of authority or as a reason to not believe or to justify non-belief. The reason why this is a statement is because there's a lot of stigma attached to non-belief in general, and one of the ways that people have tried to overcome that is by saying, like, we're not all that different. There's one thing that we do that you don't, or there's one thing that we don't do that you do, but other than that, we're the same. And this is very common with any sort of civil rights movements or ways of trying to get marginalized groups treated better, is to say, look, we're not that different other than one thing or another, and we shouldn't be treated differently because of this one little thing. It's not an argument against the existence of a God. It's the argument that people who don't believe in a God are not bad people. And Kyle doesn't seem to understand this. I have not seen anybody actually use the, there's one fewer God that we believe in, therefore we must be correct argument to support non-belief. The other problem is that whether or not there is an answer doesn't mean that you have the correct answer because you think that there has to be an answer. There probably is an answer to the God question, but just because you don't think anybody else has gotten it right yet doesn't mean that you have it right. And just because there are people who haven't picked an answer, again, they're not necessarily saying the answer is there is nothing. What they're saying is we don't have a belief in any of these answers that have been proposed so far. That doesn't mean that your answer is correct. So, with that, I thank you guys for watching, and if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe.